Hello guys, and today I'm going to show you my review of the Lenovo IdeaPad 320S. So before we start the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, let's get started. The Lenovo IdeaPad 320S is one of the latest entries in Lenovo's IdeaPad series lineup, and this one is a mid-range option coming in at around $800. This laptop has almost the same dimensions as the more expensive Dell XPS 13 but comes with better specifications, including a dedicated GPU. The version that will be shown here is the latest 2018 model with a new 8th Gen i5 CPU, but there is also an older version of this with the 7th Gen Intel CPUs. In this video, we'll take a look at all the different components of the laptop, including the build quality and design, the input and port selection, the keyboard and trackpad, sound, the display, performance, thermals, and the battery life. So without any further ado, let's get right into the first component here, which is the design and build quality of the laptop. The laptop has a metal and plastic body with metal on the display surface and plastic all around at the bottom. Even though this is the case, this difference between the lid and the base is not visible at first glance as both are covered in the same metallic color. It looks quite nice even for a mid-range laptop and feels quite premium as well, and it's nice to see a metal build on one of the IdeaPad 300 series of laptops. Flex on the body as well as on the display is worse than the more expensive 700 series, but even so it isn't as bad, and one thing I would like to point out is that the display can't be opened with one hand as the hinge wobbles quite a bit. Portability wise, the laptop is also quite good due to the thin display bezels that make this compact, and due to the weight being low at 1.2 kilos, it is also quite light to carry around. Overall, the laptop's build quality is on par and feels quite premium. The input and port selection on this is what you'd expect out of Ultrabook. It comes with two USB ports, one USB 2 and one USB 3, a USB Type-C port, a HDMI port, a micro SD card slot, a headphone microphone combo jack, and power in. Even though this might be good enough for most, this does have some shortcomings, such as it still uses the older USB 2 standard rather than the faster 3, and that the ports are quite close to each other, making it sometimes difficult to use multiple ports at the same time. The keyboard and trackpad on this are decent. The keyboard features chiclet keys that have a short travel and have a poor pressure point, but even so it isn't too bad. You can type on this quite quickly, and the keyboard also features two stages of white colored backlighting. The trackpad on this is actually quite good. It accepts all inputs precisely, including multi-touch gestures, and uses the latest Windows Precision drivers. Lenovo also uses the old button layout for the trackpad, which I don't mind, and it also works quite well. Sound quality and output on this is quite poor. There are bottom-facing speakers on this that are quite weak. You get a teeny and distorted sound from this with very low volume. Overall, I would definitely recommend using headphones on this for any kind of media consumption. The display on the IdeaPad 320S is one of its biggest plus points, as it should be for a multimedia laptop. You get a 13.3-inch Full HD IPS display on this that gives out really accurate and punchy colors, great brightness, really good sharpness, and good viewing angles. The display has a matte type finish on it, which helps to avoid reflections, and the small bezels on this make the viewing experience a lot better. Overall, I feel like this is one of the best displays you can get on a laptop and can be compared to almost every other expensive laptop display. Performance is another really solid aspect of the laptop. You get some nice specs on this, including the Intel Core i5-8250U processor, 8GB of RAM, a 256GB NVMe SSD, the NVIDIA Geforce MX150, and Windows 10. All these specs lead to some great performance that should let you do pretty much every task without any issue. The main thing making the laptop feel so quick is the NVMe SSD, which gives out some great speeds. Also, the fast CPU combined with a fairly powerful GPU here means that you can also do a bit of gaming on this along with a bit of editing at 1080p. Thermals on the laptop are actually really great. The laptop rarely ever gets warm or even a bit loud. Even when at high loads such as gaming, you will rarely see this going above a comfortable temperature or even getting any louder. Battery life on this is actually a big downside for the laptop. You get a very small battery here, which helps the laptop run around 5 to 6 hours on a full charge with normal usage, which is not good at all for a laptop like this. So the final verdict for the Lenovo IdeaPad 320S is that for around $800, I feel like this is a good laptop, but definitely not the best option in terms of the overall experience. Sure, you might get a good display on this and good performance, but it lacks in some key elements such as the battery life and such. Therefore, if you were to buy it, you can be assured that you'll get your money's worth, but for the rest, I do feel like there are better options out there, and I would recommend going for those instead. So that's it for the video guys, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.